Hey guys, Surefire here. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a very long time. I've been busy with school, including work, but now that I got that out of the way, I can start making more videos. Though keep in mind, I do not actually intend to upload daily basis, but I will upload as anytime I can. It really does take a lot of hard work for me to actually bring good content for you guys. That's why I really do try. Now, these are going to be discussing my favorite boss fights in video games. I hope you guys properly enjoy. I like to give a good shout out to my friend Savannah and my friend Kate. I'll leave both of their Instagrams in the description below. Please go share them some love, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Now, at firstly on our list, we have Fallout 4. Now, keep in mind, it's actually not known for the amount of difficulty that goes through this boss fight, but what it actually is mostly known for is the actually true amazing performance of the cast inside this certain scene. It didn't really feel like a video game when you actually get the Kellogg. It felt like a movie and such, how it makes so much sense, how your character gets more and more angry the more she talks to Kellogg. The amount of true adapted emotion and rage that goes to your character is fantastic, and I just love how Kellogg actually sits there giggling and not actually regretting what he actually did, making the thing even more personal.
God damn it, you mercenary motherfucker! Where is my son?
What's the cliche? So close, but yet so far away. That's Sean.
Now, of course, this is so low on the list because as everybody knows, this boss fight wasn't typically difficult. Yes, Kellogg does have overpowered weapons that can actually one-shot you, but that didn't actually matter the difficulty, how you could have just changed the difficulty setting to easy and just quickly one-shot him. But however, it was one of my favorite scenes in video games because it was pretty much worth it to get to Kellogg. I wasn't no disappointment when I actually got there. I really did thought that boss fight would be bad, but in reality I felt no boredom to it. I actually felt true attached to both of the characters, between Kellogg, yours, including any companion who actually belonged beside you. It was fantastic by Bethesda to make this such a great and emotional scene that actually deserves to be on this list. And up next, we got the Bunker from Borderlands 2. Now, of course, the Borderlands series is notorious for the amount of boss fights it actually holds, but however, none of them stand out more than the Bunker. This is partially because there is more significant loot around him, there is more mobs for you to actually get a second win, and there's multiple blind spots where he can hit you, including the loot. Oh my god, sir. You would get tons of money, iridium, and guns that you couldn't even imagine. Not even the warrior can drop that much good loot. And keep in mind, the warrior is kind of a bitch to actually pull off. But the bunker is actually a fundamental, easy boss. And the good type of easy, not the kind of one that it's so easy it so gets bored now and again. No, the bunker is actually a fundamental, amazing boss that was best known for the Borderlands franchise. And to think that I would like to see more boss fights, more creative and fun like this would be amazing if they can add this in Borderlands 3. And yes, the bunker deserves to be on this list. And up next, we got the Arkham Asylum series, Batman vs. the Joker. Now, how could I naturally explain how epic this boss fight is? Well, of course, like Borderlands, this game is notorious for the amount of boss fights and villains you must actually fight. Out of all of them, the one that stands out from my own perspective is actually the Joker. Not only that it looks pretty badass and actually horrifying to look at, it's the amount of interesting actually effect and the matter of this whole scene in general. I really like the natural feel to it, how the atmosphere is so creepy and actually a bit disturbing. The natural clear of the moon looking over you, how you actually fight this deathly demon of a monster is absolutely fantastic. Not doing all this game, it actually felt like I was watching the original cartoon of the Batman animated series, how I necessarily actually grew up watching Batman my whole life. And the matter of fact that out of all the scenes, this one was actually the most memorable. How they actually did an amazing and outstanding job of making such a clear and amazing boss fight. Up next, we got the devil from the game Cuphead. Now, what can I say about this? Well, of course, tweeting out all the bosses you actually fight during the whole game itself, the one that was actually mostly difficult was the actual devil. This is mostly because the amount of patterns that actually goes to his fighting style is actually pretty difficult to actually master. Now, all the other bosses I picked on this list mostly just actually got picked for the most of fun, storyline, or mostly just gut-wrenching feels. But this one, however, was mostly picked because how hard the difficulty was. He was so extraordinarily difficult. I couldn't even get a single hit on him, or even to the second phase of him. To this, I actually did get rage when I was playing Cuphead throughout the whole thing. But of all the bosses I actually mastered with their combos, I couldn't master his for 2 weeks. And let me tell you, I wasted so much time on this game. Now, of course, the Devil actually is a pretty much, what do you actually expect from the very hardest boss in all of Cuphead? His combo is very hard to master, the amount of dodging you must actually face is pretty difficult, and not to mention, it just has an amazing and dark and actually colorful atmosphere that I actually really do enjoy. And yes, the Devil does deserve to be on this list. Up next, Shao Kahn, just all of the Mortal Kombat series. Now, of course, Shao Kahn is also one of the most iconic villains in video game history, but of course, he's also one of the hardest. His natural combo style is actually very difficult to actually dodge. Not only this, his fighting style is actually pretty devastating between the amount of damage that he actually takes. But the thing that made me fall in love with Shao Kahn was his actual look. I like the true natural style that he has with the Japanese theme, how he's supposed to be a fallen warrior. Not only this, but the true relationship he has with his brother Raiden with hatred is fantastic. It naturally makes proper sense how we typically see this in video games all the time, but never in such a matter like this. And of course, the showdown is phenomenally iconic. I like the true natural background, how seeing once a peaceful world all being destroyed by one man is naturally fantastic, how it actually gives you more motivated to actually keep fighting, only to bring peace to all the realms. And of course, this is one of the most iconic showdowns in video game history, so it'd be pretty dumb if I didn't put this on the list. And of course, like I always say, it deserves to be.